Springtime is prime time for English peas. They're crisp, tender, and sweet. They're usually sold in the pod, but if you're lucky like me, you can find them already shelled. That's the hard part. And the first step whenever you're using them is to blanch them. I'm doing something a little unusual today and making vegetarian burgers loaded with these delicious, healthy peas. Have a pot of boiling water and add your peas. I have a cup here for this recipe. And you just want them to boil until they're bright green. That takes about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, you should have at the ready an ice water bath, and what that will do is it stops the cooking. And a little trick, if you have a colander like this, slip it into your ice water bath before you put the peas in. That way you won't be fishing around for the peas and trying to separate them from the ice cubes. These are already taking on a brighter color. It'll also make them a little more tender and creamy so that when we blend them with the other ingredients, you'll have that nice, creamy, meaty burger texture that you want. Yeah, these look terrific here, vibrantly colored. Into the ice water bath they go. If you've made vegetarian burgers before, you probably know that they usually have 1,000,001 ingredients in them. What I love about this recipe is that it's really so simple and delicious with very few ingredients. To form the base of the patties, the peas go in that we've blanched, and half a cup of cooked chickpeas. You could certainly just buy these in a can and drain them. Rinse them first though. And these just get a quick pulse. Just to combine, you want them a little chunky, not totally pureed. Dump this mixture right into a bowl. Look how colorful this already is. Add to that half a teaspoon of salt, a cup of breadcrumbs. These are dry, finely ground breadcrumbs. You could certainly use fresh if you have them. 2 tablespoons of finely chopped parsley, half a cup of minced onion, and 1 large egg. That's just lightly beaten. The egg acts as a binder, so it's important to have that here. And just gently fold this all together until it forms a uniform mixture. This may look a little dry and crumbly to you just now, but not to worry. Once we press these together in our hands and form the patties, they'll hold together nicely. So divide the mixture roughly in quarters. This makes 4. And anytime I'm forming patties or meatballs, even vegetarian, I like to have a little bowl of water on hand. I just find that whatever you're working with doesn't stick to your hands this way, just to coat. And scoop some of it up. And as you can see, it comes together beautifully into a patty. Form it into a ball first. It's a little easier this way. Pressing together tightly. Then you can just gently flatten the patty. You could certainly make these and store them covered in the refrigerator for a day or two, just like this, and then you'll practically have dinner ready. Okay, let's get cooking. For the cooking of the burgers, have a nonstick skillet preheating over medium, and this will need 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and just swirl it around to evenly coat the skillet, and in go the burgers. You should hear a sizzle. I do. You want to build a little bit of a crust on either side. It'll help to offset the creamy interior. And since this is all vegetarian, it doesn't have to cook to an internal temperature. It just has to cook until it's warmed through and has a nice crust on the outside. So about 4 minutes per side is all it needs. These are smelling terrific. So just very gingerly here, over she goes. Beautiful, right? I love these flexible spatulas for this kind of a thing. They're very thin, and they're more forgiving than a stiff spatula. We're almost ready to eat. Okay, so just transfer them to a tray. Then we can build our burgers. For the finishing touches, a burger would not be complete in my book without a little mayonnaise, but why not make it even more delicious and add some harissa? This is half a cup of mayonnaise, and to that 2 tablespoons of harissa. This is a North African chili paste that's blended with garlic and spices. It's really delicious, and just stir it about. Takes on a beautiful color. I like to use really soft brioche buns like this. Generously put some of this compound mayo on here. Harissa is spicy, but it's a mellow spice because the chilies are usually sun-dried first or roasted. I'm giving myself the crumbly patty. For a little bit of crunch, some cucumbers sliced into thin rounds. You could do sliced tomato, but I love the cucumbers. And then some baby greens, any baby greens you like. I love this mix of spicy baby greens. It adds a nice contrast to the sweet peas and the cooling cucumber. And there you have it. That is a beautiful vegetarian and filling green pea burger. Happy eating.